Good morning, friends. Let me remind you, we are talking about immunity from last lecture. In the last lecture, we have talked about classification of immunity, and in that we have discussed that basically immunity is divided into two types: innate or natural immunity and acquired immunity. Now we will be discussing about innate immunity. As you know very well, innate immunity is the immunity which an individual exhibits because of its genetic and constitutional makeup. In other words, we can say that this immunity is birthright of an individual. Innate immunity is non-specific. In many cases, innate immunity is not non-specific. Non-specific means what? In general, there are so many things, there are so many hurdles we will be discussing in detail whenever we will discuss mechanism of innate immunity. Non-specific, not with respect to particular pathogen, but with respect to all incoming pathogen, the resistance will be exhibited in the same manner. Say for example, if anything enters in your nose during inhalation, the reflex action is sneezing, coughing. If anything enters in throat, there is coughing. These reflex actions, they throw the pathogen which entered, they throw the particle which entered in your nose, the particle which is trying to enter in your respiratory system. So this is not specific. This is not for particular pathogen. The innate immunity again mainly is considered at three levels: species, race and individual. Species specific immunity will be exhibited by each and every individual of the species. Racial immunity is another example. Many communities from Africa, they are resistant to the Plasmodium falciparum, the malarial parasite. The reason why they are resistant to the falciparum, because they are having a genetic disorder, sickle cell anemia. The shape of RBC changes. The main host cell in the body for the falciparum, Plasmodium falciparum, is RBCs. And as RBCs, they achieve sickle cell, Plasmodium is not able to grow properly in this, and because of this, all those people who are having sickle cell anemia are resistant to infection by Plasmodium falciparum, which is a very lethal, fatal infection, common in Africa. Usually it is common in those areas where the thick vegetation is there of plants, where mosquitoes are more, and there this infection is common. But those people who are having this genetic disorder of sickle cell anemia, they are resistant. This is an example of racial immunity. Besides this, every individual will show different status, will show difference with respect to resistance to different infections which are there in the environment. Especially in underdeveloped countries, an individual is in environment which is highly loaded with various pathogens. All these pathogens, they are there in the environment, but do you The main contribution in this immunity is of acquired immunity and very less contribution is of innate immunity. But innate or natural immunity at individual level differs. And there are several factors which affect the level of innate immunity. From that, the very first factor is age. Age of an individual matters. The individual is at what age when the individual is exposed to the infection. You must have heard, you must have read in newspapers and social media that for COVID infection, the individuals who are senior citizens, they should take more care. Because if infection occurs in senior citizens, it may be risky. It may be fatal. The two extremes of ages, newborn babies as well as the old people, they are sensitive to infections. They are having comparatively less level of innate immunity than the youngsters. No doubt, for some infections, youngsters are more susceptible, especially at puberty age, because there are some hormones that we will be discussing later. But when age is considered, both extremes of ages are more sensitive. During pregnancy, fetus is protected from all pathogens entering in mother's body from placenta, because there is placental barrier and all pathogens, they are not able to cross this placental barrier. But till there are some pathogens like toxoplasma, like hepatitis B virus. These organisms, they can cross the placental barrier. And the infection of the fetus during pregnancy, it may occur because the immune apparatus of the fetus is not developed at that age. And hence, infection will be, it may result in the premature delivery, it may result in abortion, it may result in death of fetus during pregnancy. The newborn babies after birth, the lactation of the mother for first few days is called as colostrum, and it is rich in antibodies, and ready-made antibodies are provided to fetus. Newborn babies, they are kept away from community. More care is taken. Why? Because these are the days, this is the age where the baby is more susceptible to infection. Same is the case with the old age. Why people are more susceptible to infections in old age? The reason for that is waning of organ starts. Waning of all organ starts, along with that waning of immune system also starts, and because of that the people, they are more susceptible to infections in old age. This is all about age. Next is hormonal influences. There are many glands in our body. These glands, they secrete and excrete some hormones, and actually these hormones control different metabolic activities. When something happens to that gland, it is called as hormonal disorder. Like diabetes mellitus. It is an hormonal disorder of pancreas. Pancreas, the gland which synthesizes insulin. Insulin controls the sugar level in the body. That is, whenever excess sugar is there, that sugar by insulin is converted to glycogen. There is one more enzyme, glucagon, which converts that glycogen into glucose when glucose is required and not available from food. In hormonal disorder diabetes, insulin level decreases, as a result of which in all tissues glucose increases. Increased level of glucose in tissues makes an individual susceptible to different infections, because if excess sugar is there in the tissues, the environment will be more favorable for pathogens to grow. You must have heard that wounds of the diabetic patient, they never cure earlier. They never cure easily. Before surgery, sugar level of the diabetic patient, it is controlled. Why? Because the wound, because of surgery, it will not recover easily if sugar level is low. Another example is hypothyroidism. In hypothyroidism also, the individuals are susceptible to infections. At puberty age, especially in girls, different hormones are secreted which make them susceptible to different infections. Hence, at different ages, different hormones are secreted. Because of different hormonal disorders, the level of particular few hormones in the body, it may increase or decrease, and this makes an individual susceptible to different infections. When we consider the level of innate immunity at individual level, this thing should also be considered. If an individual is having diabetes, he is more susceptible. The last factor is nutrition. Especially when we discuss the nutrition of human beings, all human beings are heterotrophic. Maximum all animals are heterotrophic. What are heterotrophs? Heterotrophs, they obtain their carbon and energy from complex organic substances. Nutrition is not only related with energy substances, but nutrition is also related with different vitamins, minerals, proteins, and all those things. Proteins, amino acids, they are building blocks. If an individual is properly nourished, that individual will offer a good degree of innate immunity. This thing is not new to you. Those people who eat properly, they will have good level of immunity. Again, in these days, everybody is cautious with respect to nutrition. Patients in the COVID centers as well as persons in the quarantine centers, if you look at their diet is protein rich. Every day they are provided or they are given eggs. If they are non-vegetarian, meat is also given to them. Why? Because if nutrition is proper, level of immunity will be there. Because if nutrition is improper, if the individual is malnourished, the individual will not be able to resist the infection. Rather, individual is not in a position to do day-to-day work, then how come that individual can resist the infection? This is all about the factors which predisposing the immunity at individual level. In the next lecture, we will talk about mechanism of innate immunity. Thank you.